the rising sign of Sagittarius. I have this rising sign too. So people see your dick, essentially, or your pussy, depending on how you are. And then they're like guessing about, who you're fucking around with or what gets you off. Like what gets you excited about, living this existence? What makes you, you know, um, how do you go about understanding others? Are you a fun person to be around? People usually say yes to that question when they see somebody like you. And they want to be around you. They actually do want to be around you. And then it's also, off-putting to some people because they think that you, fuck around too much or play games too much. So, like, if they think you're a person that plays games too much, they'll have, more critique and try to, critique somebody like you a lot. Try to tell you ways are wrong and other things. Not true. As a Sagittarius Rising likes to live their life and live their life. Bring life, bring happiness to themselves and the ones around them. To themselves and the ones around them. And, if you don't like it, they kind of have a way about them, but like, it's the rising sign, right? So if you don't like it, you don't have to like it. You can go somewhere else. There's other people, and that's what I say as a Sagittarius rising. Others might be like, trying to keep you around, more. And depending on if they're more fire or, water, because they need that, validation at all times. That type of thing. That type of attention at all times. I have Sagittarius rising in Taurus. Taurus sun. So I exaggerate my Taurus energy with the Sagittarius energy. So then one might think that I'm a fire sign upon first seeing me. They'll be staring at looking at me and being like, what's this guy going through? It seems as though he's going through a good experience because I might have a smile on my face. I might, because I'm like talking about anime or, and telling you guys about astrology, talking about shit I like. So like I might have a smile on my face. I might be happy. I might be, a little more outgoing. But at the end of the day, I'm not always like that. But I am like that on this channel because that's what I like to do. And on my other channel too sometimes. Because I found something that I like, probably some food that I wanted to like show you about, and just tell you where I'm at, give you information like that right now. And then right now, I'm also telling you about the rising sign of Sagittarius. People do like to, see what you got going on. Like, even if, like, my whole point is, even if you don't like people like being around you, they'll still try to find your dick and be like, hey, hey, man, can you, or hey, girl, can you gotta kind of just, tell them, no, or, maybe later, or, do that type of thing. Or if you, have it within you to, immerse yourself in or try to understand other people, then do that. I do want to understand other people. People think I don't. I don't distance myself. I talk to people every day, but I don't conversate. Like I said, I'm trying to have more fun. I'm trying to find, more, oh shit, more females to, have interactions with. More guys who do things like anime, want to learn about astrology a little more from someone like me. So I do seek fun. I do seek adventure. But I ain't the most like that. So if you were upset about me being, not as hot as somebody else, don't be upset about it. Just understand that that's not who I truly am. It's just how I present myself to the camera, and I do like presenting myself. Don't get that twisted either. You kind of swing shit certain ways, people. You know, don't talk about people's dicks. Like, cause like what I'm saying is somebody like me too also knows what they like to have fun with. You gotta let somebody like me have fun the way we want to. If we're gonna have fun your way, it's not gonna be so fun because we need to have fun our way. We're trying to live our lives. You know, Sagittarius Rising, you know, we like to bring energy to an area. We like to bring people's spirits up. You know, I do the same thing. Some just, you know, exhibit the energy better than others. And that's true. But I do know that I'm seen out here and I'm heard out here too. People can't play games and act like, oh, well, no, oh, well, you're playing games with my dick. Um, or, you know, you're playing games with some girl's pussy who, like, you know, likes to, you know, have fun, mingle with people, be around friends, and, you know, tell jokes, play games, you know, likes to understand other people, you know, but not too long. And certain people only, you know, that type of thing. You know, if it ain't fun, then we ain't finding it. If it ain't our kind of fun, we ain't finding it. Don't ask us about it. Don't ask me about it. But that's Sagittarius rising, you know. And a piece of advice: if you're a guy, don't ask about my dick. I understand you like to do that, but don't ask about my dick. Ask me other things. If you're a female, sure, ask about my dick. You'll know if I'm interested or not, if I'm trying to have fun with you that way or not. So, with that being said, Sagittarius rising, you know, be cool on the corner. People might think you're always hot and trying to be the center of attention or trying to, you know, ruin their day, but that might not always be the case. You just have a case to state and it needs to be heard, so you're going to let them know. Let them know what you're feeling like. And, like, don't hold back on how you say it, too. Be cool on the corner.